sharing through camera phones, dash cams, even body cams. I mean, after all, like these same kinds of murders have been happening nonstop for decades. Cops have been killing black people for decades, if not centuries, and yet there's a...
In a quarter of a mile, keep left.
Well, because the lived experience of black people is still the same. Poverty, inequality, incarceration, joblessness, all of these are still the same. And as some have pointed out, two scholars whose work with which I'm most familiar, Sophia Umoja-Noble and Morgan Maxwell, have pointed to the harmful effect.
Keep left.
On one hand, some would say that it helped spark...
In a quarter of a mile, continue straight.
To change the way we have conversations.
In 0.1 of a mile, continue straight.
That a lot of journalists get their Pulitzers off of this. Like a lot of people get paid off of this. A lot of people
continue straight.
The writing and the analysis and all and then I would add that one of my main concerns that established institutional leadership, that be it religious, political, economic, etc., all themselves get to reaffirm their place and their justifiability as leadership in other words. So all of this coverage is for me doesn't do enough, doesn't do anything to fundamentally make change. It just allows everyone to reestablish their position, and it also allows for a lot of hustlers and activist pimps to ply their trade as well. So I don't hold out that there's a net benefit from all the coverage. In fact, I would probably say the opposite. At the end of the day, there's a net negative from all of it, and to the extent that we're not properly organized and developing movements, it hasn't helped at all.
So, Jared, you've often criticized the more neoliberal or even corporate fringe of Black Lives Matter, specifically a rather cynical attempt at co-option by the black-owned One United Bank or Visa credit card last year, that sought to exploit, quote, black buying power as a form of social justice. Can you just talk a little bit about the media myths behind that trope and the limits of so-called emancipatory capitalism?
So, there's a lot there.
There's a lot there.
I do have to offer up a shameless plug for a very free item.
Please do.
And I would invite people to check out the work I've been trying to do for a long time on this particular myth of buying power at imixwhatilike.org. There's a lot to really say about that, but the fastest thing I can say about that is that the problem I've had with the myth of black buying power, and as others, Earl O'Farrill Hutchinson and others historically pointed out in terms of the myth of black capitalism, is that in this moment, the myth is able to reemerge, rear its ugly head again, and find new ground to stand on in a more media spectacle and organizationally absent or insufficient organizational moment, I should put it that way, to allow people to run this popular but damaging myth to as has always been the case, to sort of prop themselves up, or to at best, in a well-meaning way, mislead people. And the way the myth works essentially is it's a great example of how propaganda works. From one source at the Selig Center in the Terry Business School at the University of Georgia.
Hazard reported ahead.
That in terms of black people is over $1 trillion, which is used to mislead people into believing that black people have this huge amount of money that they just foolishly misspend and don't save well and lead themselves back into poverty through their own poor